As the new team on the block coming up to the Premier League and new to yourself, obviously in the management role, how much benefit do you think that trip to Ireland actually gave you as a manager to see what was happening?
A huge amount, because you only really get to see, the players come in and they'll train and then they'll go away. But when you're spending all that time together, eating together every day, 3 meals a day, and training together and spending time with people, that's when you see the personalities coming out, and that's when you see the strength or not of your group. And I see a real strong group in there. I see a real close knit bunch, good teammates, and I think that's really important. I said for the season ahead, I think you need to draw on everything that you can, and it's not just about ability. It's about mentality, it's about attitude, it's about work ethic, and a big thing for me is about togetherness, and they displayed that in abundance.
Last year the players often said about the camaraderie and things from there. A lot of changes have taken place. How positive is it that's transferred over into this new group as well?
Yeah, it is, and I think that speaks volumes for the previous management, I've got to say, and the squad of boys that have remained here. That was a core, that won a championship, and you can't underestimate how big that is and how big an achievement it is. So that core in there, and that's my whole thing. I want to make sure that you made reference to Joe Shaughnessy there. I want to supplement that kind of feeling, that kind of squad that we've got with good people and good footballers, and kind of continue that work on. But now it's another level. We're in the Premiership now, and it's a totally different level. And I'm very much aware from my experience about how demanding that's going to be, what the rigours of the season are going to be, and I'm trying as much as I can now to recruit and to get a squad in place to be equipped and tooled up to deal with that.
As the new team that's coming up to the Premiership as champions, is there any additional pressure that you feel towards the coming season that's coming your way?
Not really. I think you always put that pressure on. I always put that pressure on myself. I know the players, you put that pressure on, just trying to be the best that you can be. So no, I don't think we'll take that. It's the old cliche, that you take each game as it comes. And our first competitive game is Bonnyrigg Rose in the Scottish League Cup, and we'll deal with that head on, and we'll just continue to treat it in that way. But I don't think there's any added pressure. I think if anything, you go into the campaign with a bit of momentum, because you're the newly promoted team. These boys walked into the building in the first day of pre-season, and they're champions. They've just won a championship. So that feel-good factor, I think you need to try and embrace that, try and enhance it a bit. And I do feel there is a good feeling about the place, and pre-season's been good, and we hopefully want to get the momentum from the pre-season games taking us into the League Cup.
I just want to reflect back a little bit on that goal back from last weekend. There are lots and lots of people who can get that sort of idea in their head, but there's a few select band of people who have the ability to carry it out. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about
that? That's a great way to put it, to be honest. Probably think that better now. I don't know, you don't really think much to it. Like, it's probably just the same technique and stuff like that you would use if you were switching the ball across the pitch. So I never really thought anything different to it, and as I said, I'm just so glad it came off, and I've can rub it into a few people that, like a few of my mates that said that, oh, you'll never be able to do that, and because obviously I'm quite mates with the boy Shankland, and I don't know if any of you know him, but he done it at Tannadice before. I remember saying, like, what were you even thinking shooting for there? And then he just sent me a wee kind of handshake. It was like, well done. I was like, thanks very much, I appreciate that.
Looking at the preparation that you've had so far, things have all gone well, all positive results that have come your way. Is that just, you feel that's just because the group that you've got in, or you thinking that this is something special that's going to work for the whole of the season?
I don't know if I want to put the tag on it, if it's going to be special, because I think as soon as you start kind of saying stuff like that, you invite more pressure on yourself for the season coming. But I do think that there's a better like ruthlessness about the side, even with like you go away to Brecon and it's just a pre-season game. You can kind of sit off the pedal and just enjoy it when it was sun was shining and stuff like that. But we were like, we want to score as many goals as we can, and hopefully throughout the whole season it'll be the same case. As you kind of, people say, you like a shark, you smell the blood and you want to just keep going, and I think that's the way we'll hopefully be throughout the season.
Well, looking at the difference between the coming season and last season you were the target that everybody aimed for. So it's sometimes quite difficult to raise your game in a game like that. But this season it's a different thing. You've stepped up obviously as champions from there. You're going to be in that position where obviously everybody else above you is going to be the ones that you're going for Do you think that'll help the way that you play the game and how you go about it from there?
I think with the group of players we've got, probably. I think that the fact that we are kind of young and hungry, and sometimes you can be naive in a good way, and as you said, you can chase after other teams, whereas other people might be a bit hindered to do that. So I think the group we've got will be really keen on doing that, and really keen on not caring who we're playing against. As much as you go away to Celtic and Rangers and places like that, everybody's always dead scared, and good reason to be. But I think with a young team, there's no fear. It's just about attacking, and hope that's how it can be.